Hello, welcome back to the channel. Hi, I'm Allicia, i.e. Allicia J, the walking, talking baby doll, and hopefully I'm here to give you a good day or a better day, okay? Okay. So today I'm going to get into 5 tips to help late bloomers and INFPs survive the holidays. Um, both of these two groups to me kind of seem to go, they kind of go hand in hand, but they're not, how can I put this? They're not directly linked to each other. You could be one or the other. I just feel like they have a lot of similarities. I relate to both. And I just feel like it's some good things that, some good tips that can help you navigate the holidays. Usually around this time every year, I do put out something like this because I realize like some people's personalities and regarding the holidays, it's just a little bit more like anxiety prone or stressful or you know, maybe they're more of an introverted type and they're not so I guess so giddy about the holidays when really you could be if you just do it the way that you kind of want to do it and have some boundaries to it, and it gets quite easier the older you get. You can make it more fun or more relaxed instead of like this very stressful time of the year. um it's all up to you. That's the thing that's the most important about this live is it really is all up to you and how you want to do it. I was trying to find this video to go with this just so we could take a break off of what I prepared today, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find it. um yeah. Definitely comment any plans that you have for Christmas while I'm doing this. I don't like to take too long pausing right here, but yeah. Tell me some of your concerns for the holidays if you're INFP or if you are a late bloomer. Is there any concerns you usually have around this time? I'm just trying to find this video I really wanted to show you guys because it just came to mind, and I think it's going to be very difficult for me to just find the fucking video. It's really a small video, but I just wanted to sneak it in there because it will help you. Let me see. I found it. Okay, cool. I found it. Mm-mm. I'm just gonna go to TikTok right now and um, send it to my computer, I guess. Okay. I hope this video is still up on TikTok. That way I just go to the source, but I don't know her name. So mm, I'm not seeing it on TikTok, so I'm just gonna have to go. Mhm. Let me see. Cat Cat Meredez. Do you guys think the internet is going to get better, or you think it's going to get worse after Donald Trump takes office? In a way, I think it's going to get better. Like, that's the only thing that we probably can benefit from. But I mean, who knows? Elon Musk might have a different. He might want to censor everything all of a sudden or some shit. Let me see. Okay, we got it. We got it. I'm just going to copy this link and then get it to my computer. And then we're going to go ahead and get started with the 5 tips to help late bloomers and INFPs survive the holiday season. Okay. If you like these tips, it's just 5 simple tips. Okay. Nothing to give you a headache. I'm going to go in and explain each one into depth and give examples. All right, for each one. And feel free to comment in the chat anything that you think I might be missing from this list. Let me open up this TikTok real quick. Put it here. All right, and I guess we're just gonna go ahead and go to present here. Okay, let me make this bigger for you guys. And then we're just gonna go ahead and get started. There we go. Okay, 5 tips to survive the holiday season. A guide for late bloomers and INFPs. Right? Let me check my sound over here. Is it got music playing? I'll turn it down about here. All right. 5 tips to survive the holiday season. Here we go. So this guide will show you how to make the holidays work with you and not against you. So let's just get started on tip number 1, okay? So the first tip is to set realistic expectations, okay? Oh, I did not edit that right. Hold up. So I'm gonna talk about it as I'm just getting that out the way. Yeah, so set realistic expectations. And what I mean by this is, especially like if you're INFP or whatever, you can have this sharing this again. If you're INFP person or whatever, sometimes you can imagine what Christmas should be like or could be like with certain people, but sometimes you can get resentful too if you go too much into thinking about I guess, what the future should look like instead of the present moment. So it's very important during the holidays. Try to be in the present moment with yourself and your feelings, but don't focus completely on your feelings. A lot of us late bloomers, a lot of us INFPs, we're more of an introverted type if we're on a scale. For me personally, I'm more of an ambivert. Like, I really do like to be around people, and I have fun when it's a fun situation. But when it's a bad situation or a triggering situation, it could go either way for me, and then I don't want to be around people. I like my space as well. So in order to avoid all of that, also a person with an avoidant type of attachment or fearful avoidant attachment style, I just prefer not to get myself into the situation to make it worse for me or the other person in any type of disappointing way. So, um, it's best you go ahead and set realistic expectations right off the bat. Do you know if you have a family member who is just full of bitters and sours? And I have one that comes to mind already, but that's my nickname for that person, just full of bitters and sour, like sour grape, just full of that no matter what time of the year it is, right? And if you know you have to go to that person's place and stuff like this, have a realistic expectation of what you're going to get. Don't try to imagine, oh, this Christmas will be different. Oh, this person, you know, no. It's have a more general like reality of how things are, and not necessarily how you want them to be or how you've seen in the movies. And no, don't do that, because these next couple of tips, you won't be able to figure out how to make them work without awareness of what is what it's already like. Okay. So that's the first thing. Realistic expectations. Also with yourself and what you can and can't do. If you know you don't have all this money to spend on like 8 people, okay, then don't do it. Um there's this really cool thing I wanted to do this year, but my funds for it just didn't show up in time for me to do it. So I didn't, but I was going to make one piece. It was going to be the same thing for 5 households, 5 to 6 households, including my own, as a gift. I can't do it this year, so I'll be working on it next year. And I have to start on that type of project in early November would be best to get ready for Christmas. And I'm just gonna give an example. So, like, let's say you want to make some nice vanilla, caramel, butter, pecan scented candles or something, and give it to each house or something like that. If you've never made candles before, have realistic expectations of how much money and the costs before you decide on the idea, as well as if you can't do that, what's something that's more realistic that you can do? So people love the cookies you make. So you could bake 5 things of cookies, go to the Dollar Tree, get some nice little containers for each of your cookies, and you can decorate the cookies with like the icing, the nice sugar icing that gets like a little bit hard, so it's not like mushy at the top. And then if you know you're good at baking and stuff like that, then you can go ahead and just do that instead of this bigger project that was going to take way too much time, way too much money off of you. Okay. It's all about having boundaries and, respect for yourself and what you like to do. Okay. Uh, I'm not sure if the person who commented is still in the chat. Uh, I must have been looking for the video. I don't know. That's probably why. I sounded worried for a minute. Okay, so moving on to the next step, escape plans and reward system. So this one, right? This one, you're going to set a time limit to how long you will visit. Okay, and this kind of has a determinant to it, and the determinant is: are you having fun, or are you having the same um are you having like the same type of experience you do every year, or with this group of people? Do you feel uncomfortable? Do you feel worried? Do you feel, shout out to Miss Ruth in the chat. Yeah, do you feel worried? Do you start to feel like nervous around these people, or triggered in some way? So that determinant is going to dictate: do you stay an extra 30 minutes, or do you cut it off at the time that you were supposed to leave? Okay, so if you're having a miserable time at this event, or at this groups of people home, or you have to visit the in-laws or whatever, what is your time limit? You could do an hour, 2 hours, hour 30 minutes. What is your designated time period to where you have to finesse that you got to go? Okay, try to come up with one. It's so much better if you drive, if you can be like driving yourself there instead of go with somebody, because then you can make up anything and say you have to go. Are you visiting some other friends in town? Or, this kind of coincides with the next tip, by the way, but have an escape plan or plans, okay? And then reward system. So, I love using reward systems when I study. It helps me study better in school. And so I have now implemented that in different like areas of my life, not just like college. So let's say I had to go do something that I really didn't want to fucking do, okay? Work out or whatever. But in this case, I have to go. I have to go to this function where I don't know, it's just something I'm not strong. It's not my strong suit. I'm gonna have to interact with a lot of people and mentally prepare for it. Or it's a Christmas themed event party with tons of people that I don't know, and some I do know, right? So in a case like that, right? Let's say I'm not really happy about doing this. Like, so I could either do two things. I can flake on it, but I don't encourage doing too much flaking and stuff like that unless, it's an emergency and you're sick and things like that. Because you'll just get into the habit of flaking on multiple things. So don't flake, all right? But you have your escape plan. You set the amount of time that you can commit or be there for that thing that you said you were going to be there to do. You show up on time. You keep checking the clock. Keep checking 30 minutes, 30 minutes. You know when stuff starts to feel fun because you stop checking the clock and the time is flying by and you're having a great time and you realize this is a great day and you can stay longer. Okay, but if you're not feeling like it's making you happy anyways, like it's just not it, girl. You know it's not it. So just go ahead and leave. And when you leave, reward system. So what's something you really want to do? If you're in your hometown, see if like you could go somewhere where it's still open a little bit, like, or I guess, well, a lot of places aren't open. But if you're in your hometown, maybe the next day after Christmas, right? You can see if you get stopped by your favorite pastries place and get like a cheesecake you like, or um if you have like, I don't know about Walgreens and CVS, girl, but sometimes they be open. Like, check the store hours and stuff and stop by and um get that bubbly you like. Yeah. CVS and Walgreens, they got a little drink in there, whatever you like, Long Island iced tea. I don't know. If you're on a diet but your guilty pleasure is chocolate, go and get you some nice hot chocolate or cocoa. after you did that, and it'll make you feel so much better about yourself, and just give you like um more confirmation and validation that you toughed it out and you deserve every bit of this I don't know, peppermint frappuccino, cappuccino, whatever you like to get. And or you could pick something up from the store, like cookies or something, and or a nice pizza, just something greasy, something naughty, something, a little nice, a little naughty, yeah. And just reward yourself very, very nicely for like your little Christmas gifts. So yeah, reward yourself for doing things you were nervous about. Okay. 3. Let me get this out of the way. 3. Don't be afraid of white lies. So this kind of goes back to what I was just saying with the escape plans, right? Don't be afraid to say, hey, I got my friend, or I'm going on a date, or I'm blah, 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 and go to the movies if the movies is open or some shit. Like, don't be afraid of doing things alone, but also don't be afraid of telling white lies and just being able to take a break. Like, let's say going back to tip 2, right? Like, let's say the weather or something, you can't leave automatically. I'm all for bathroom breaks, and you can do a little white lie and say my stomach is, ooh, yeah, it's good, I ate a lot of things I probably shouldn't have been eating, and just keep going to the bathroom and space out the time, like every couple of minutes, and then go to the bathroom and just sit in there on the phone and kind of like de-stress for 3 to 5 minutes, wash your hands, and go back out there and kill it until you can go home. Okay, fake it till you make it. That is what I'm asking of you as your as your late blooming coach, as your INFP coach. I'm telling you to fucking fake it till you make it, because if it's one thing I do know, we can show up and nobody knows that anything is wrong. Okay. So, yes, I'm telling you, we do a great job at that. So, just play that and be able to go home and reward yourself for being in agony. No, I'm kidding. Yeah. Okay. So, here I got some examples, right? Of, can you guys see the whole thing from the banner? Yeah, you can. Okay, so here I got some examples, right? I'm gonna start over here first and work my way down because I want to show you a video on that. That's what I was looking for and what I was worried about finding. So let's see. No marriage proposal or proposal, right? So you could say stuff like, we want to travel, or our careers demand a lot right now, so we need to save for the wedding and stuff, right? We want we want hold on, I don't know. Okay, I'm sorry. It's just gonna be some errors in here. But yeah, you could say like, yeah, we want to save for our wedding and stuff. So we need to save for money for other things once we do decide to tie the knot and get a house and all these things. And that takes money and that takes time. So we're just taking our time and we're not rushing through it, and we're very happy. Yeah. Or just say like, we want to travel to fucking Maldives, and we want to go to I don't know, girl, where you want to go? Morocco, blah. Like, we got things to do, yes. And make it sound like you guys are make it just sound like things are progressing in your life, right? That's really what I think, as far as like a late bloomer, why you don't like these type of events is because sometimes you hear about a lot about other people's accomplishments and progressiveness, and you don't know where to start. But before you go to these type of events, it might be a good thing to just list down your accomplishments you made this year so far, and then keep repeating it to yourself. So when someone asks you on the spot, you can be like, "Oh, me and my partner, I did this year. I'm about to get this certificate." Like, we don't see it sometimes, or we undermine our own accomplishments And then when someone asks us out the blue, it's like we have nothing. And technically, you might have like a good at least 10 things that you accomplished that are big accomplishments to you, and you shouldn't undermine those things just because other people are saying stuff like social norms, like, oh, I'm married, oh, I'm kids, all these kind of things that they have acquired. That doesn't make your accomplishments any less. You know what I'm saying? So you could still say, like, oh yeah, I just went and got my LLC put in, and yeah, I am gonna be going to the bank and seeing about a loan, and I'm working on a business, even if it's not completely manifested yet. But you feel comfortable talking about your first couple of steps. You know, that's an accomplishment that you even started. Okay, so um, sometimes you don't need to tell white lies. You just need to feed a little bit into what you're doing, what's in your mind, what's in your thoughts. And I think sometimes we struggle with that on the spot. And so kind of just like rehearse like some of the things that you're really liking about yourself, liking about your life. Even if it's a personal growth thing, you could say stuff like, oh yeah, like I just love, like, I'm getting closer to God, my spirituality right now. I've been journaling, and that's been making me happy. Or me and my spouse, we're trying to get closer to God before we get married, okay? Things like that. And so that kind of stuff gets people off your back. So that's why I'm telling you guys, don't be afraid of white lies, okay? Um I know we have a lot of morals, INFPs, and altruism type of theologies. Like, you don't have to be perfect. You're a human, okay? So don't be afraid to tell a little white lie here or there, okay? So you have the offensive people who just like to talk their shit and be assholes, all right? So, like, let's say they say something about weight changes. You could say, actually tell them the truth. So this one, you don't even have to lie. Tell them the truth about the way that they fucking look, right? Or about their weight. And you could do it in a nicey way, right? You could be like, I thought you were a little bit smaller. What's your dress size again? You may be able to fit into, if they're calling you like fat, right? You could say, what was your dress size? You might be able to fit into this that I'm wearing. It'll look really nice on you. Yeah, get this read. um and then or lie about, here's another good one. You can lie about health issues, right, that you may be facing. And if you feel uncomfortable with that, like jinxing yourself or something like that, you just be like, oh, my doctor's looking into some things right now to make sure that, I don't know, my my digestive system is functioning properly or whatever. And I just been kind of, I've been, trying to take care of myself the best that I can, and, make it seem like it's sad. It's sad. And then watch that person feel like a fucking asshole in front of all those people and be like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Yeah. Or you could be like, why would you say something like that? Like, just throw it back in their face. All right. And then a good one is, you have no partner. Oh, what to say if you don't have a partner, right? Okay, you could sound like the happiest. I want you to sound like the happiest, most successful, most wealthiest. I don't know, girl. Just take your imagination to a whole nother place, INFPs. Sound like the most happiest bachelor or bachelorette that has ever fucking existed, okay? I want you to be so confident. I want you to point out the things that you can do that they can't do. Okay, rub it in their face. Yes, rub it in their face how you can have all that bed space to yourself. Yeah, rub it in their face that you don't have to worry about somebody asking you, what are we gonna eat tonight? It's more of like, I could eat whatever the fuck I want to when I wake up in the morning, when I go to sleep. Yeah, it's peaceful, right? um that's what I want you to do if the no partner thing comes up, right? And is that really like a lie? or is it embellishing? It's making it more exaggerated, maybe. But if you need more examples on what to say about that, I noticed that right now, I guess it's trending on TikTok to talk about the pros of being single by choice. Um, so you could go and look up those people and what they have to say. And it's some on YouTube as well, talking about that topic. Okay, and so in order to talk about the next one, I'm gonna show you this little clip that I had in mind that I couldn't find. So here we go. I'm gonna pause it and start from the beginning.
Just as a social experiment, whenever I tell people that I can't have kids rather than I don't want to have kids. And let me tell you something, the response has been chef's kiss. When I tell people that I don't want to have kids, I suddenly find myself in a discussion that I don't want to have. They'll be like, what if you change your mind and then it's too late? What if you grow old and then you don't have kids to look after you? What if you have so much time and money to do everything you want? That's not fair. You should have kids, definitely. But the weird thing is, whenever you say you can't have kids, everyone goes like, next topic. And honestly, it's a life hack, okay? Try it.
Okay, I hope you guys seen that video this time. For some reason, it didn't. When I hit share the screen, it didn't. I'm not sure why. Okay, so you're gonna hit share this tab again. So this one is for the child-free people. Focus on saying you're childless. Yes, just like that video said, which is where I got this idea from. Stop saying you're child-free. Say you're childless, or you're not able to have kids, or you might be working on some, I don't know, in vitro with you and your spouse if you have a spouse, but you're child free. Just make up any shit to so they leave you alone. You know, you just want to move the topic as fast as you can. Okay, so I'm not going to stay too long on that one. It was pretty self-explanatory, and it was an excuse to put in a nice TikTok there. When I saw that, I was like, yeah, that is a hack. It makes so much more sense to just say that instead of being child free. All right. So here we go. 4. Make room for personal holiday traditions. All right. Whether you like to cook and have your bestie over to watch Christmas movies, or you just like to decorate, Maybe sit back, have a nice thing of chocolate. Maybe you like to bake. Maybe you like to paint. Do you like to journal? Do you like to, what are things that you like to do as an introvert, anyways? Do you have a book list that you're trying to knock out before um, next month or something like that? Come up with your own personal holiday traditions, right? That you could do and enjoy for yourself. So this time of year, it'll start to seem more fun and less draining, right? That's the goal, for us to feel more festive, fun, enjoy our life and what we're doing with our time in our life. Um, while maybe including people that we feel comfortable being in that space as well, right? So um ask yourself, what do you want to do during this time of the year? I think we get caught up in other people's plans and what they want to do and da da da. Ask yourself, what do you like though? What does this time of year? Well, I'm not gonna say how does it make you feel, because that could be kind of a mix between different things. But from your childhood, what were some things around this time of year that you actually did like? It has to be like one or two. Um, Do you like making little bags of stuff for the homeless people? You could be charitable with your time, um, etc. So, whatever it is, designate time for it and let nobody get in the way of that time. It's all yours. This will bring you peace instead of just thinking about anxiety around this time each year, right? And that's what I put this one in here for, because I feel like we think of other people before we think of ourselves, and we've done enough of that in life. So it is nice to encourage giving back to yourself, gifting to yourself, right? And I mean, that's what this season is kind of all about, is giving gifts and all this. Why not look inward and also give much needed time, space, love, and appreciation for yourself, your hobbies, and things like that? So you don't have to make all of Christmas about you, or spend all of Christmas, uh, holiday season alone. But here or there should be things that you're working on. Is there an antique piece that has been in your garage and you finally got a little time off work to stain the wood the way you want to? And um, do you have any type of, well, it's not no gardening around this time of the year, but like house plants and things that you really wanted to work on? Or do you have these plans to make um, your house decorated differently, and you want to go from room to room and pick the paints and all of that? Yeah, that's just something that to consider, making these little traditions to make yourself enjoy this season. And then 5 is, you don't have to do anything you don't want to. All right. If you don't want to go hang out with these folks that tear you down and make you feel like shit around this time of the year, you don't have to. You could just FaceTime them, call them on the phone, send a text message if they're that verbally abusive. um, you could just keep yourself away from any type of harmful individuals, and just toxic family problems and things like that. If it's that bad, you don't have to do anything you don't want to. Okay, sis. Okay, bro. You don't have to show up to the party. You don't have to cook all these dinners. It's not your responsibility to keep up the family tradition of, I don't know, cooking a big dinner on Sunday. All of that. That is none of your, it's not on you. All right. It's not on you. Again, I know these types, late bloomers, INFPs, we have a bit of altruism. We like to take care of people almost to our detriment at times. And This season is not going to be fun if you're not taking care of you in the process. If you're doing things because other people expected of you to be there or expected of you don't have to show up every fucking Christmas. You don't have to travel every Christmas. I saw a lady and her Thanksgiving plans was really, really nice. Let me see if I could find that video. But what she did for Thanksgiving was very simple. She didn't travel or anything like that. She just stayed at home, chilled back, made it the way that she wanted it to. And you gotta think of stuff like that. Let me see if I can find this video really quickly. But yeah, if there's no social things that you want to do, um then you just don't do them. You don't commit to doing them. You can do tip 1, which is limit tip 2, excuse me, which is limit your time on doing whatever, but you don't have to like be there the whole hour. Everybody's going to be there or whatever. You can just take your time. De-stress. You'll show up late. You'll still be there, but you're going to show up late, you know? Tip number 3, tell those little white lies here or there, like, oh yeah, I'm running late. I had to go pick up something from the store real quick. Yeah. And you still sitting there scrolling on your phone. Like, don't take these things too seriously. If you do, you're gonna let it drain you, right? I think we do tend to overthink us types as well. So take all of that. All of that part is not fun. It's like it's just draining. It's not fun. It's not fun for you, nobody really. So just do things the way you want to from now on. You know? And if somebody gets mad, you could come back and comment and I'll beat them up for you. No, I'm kidding. Let me share this tab real quick.
Ain't nobody gonna make me feel bad about not going home for the holidays. It is truly a labor of love to travel during the busiest time of the year. And for the past 10 years, I haven't lived in my hometown. Yet every year, I managed to make it home for the holidays. But this year, it's gonna look a little different. Of course, I love my family, but I love me too. I love being in the right frame of mind. I love relaxing in the home and comfort I've created. And I love spending time with myself. I have no desire to shuffle through long airport lines, wake up in a bed that's not my own to the sound of cabinets and drawers being slammed or pots banging together, being rushed to hurry up and help, hurry up and get ready, all in the name of tradition. For the same food that we have year round anyway? No. This year, the holiday looks like I wanted to. So to everybody that chose your own company, your peace, your space, to everybody that chose you this year, happy Thanksgiving.
Yes. Yeah, folks, I thought that was so beautiful how she just, when she was laughing with her, laughing, watching TV and all that. I really enjoyed that. That was so sweet. To see somebody doing something different for the holidays or whatever. So yeah, that's pretty much been this whole presentation thing on 5 tips that can help you get through the holidays or to keep at the core of your thoughts during the holiday season. Definitely comment, like, and subscribe. Tell me your thoughts. Tell me any tips that you think I might have left out or I could put in the next one, maybe next year or so. What are your holiday plans and so forth? These are ways that you can find me. I'm going to update TikTok and all of my stuff is either going to be on Lemon 8. Same name on Lemon 8. That's lemon and the number 8. I'm not saying lemonade. And my Instagram, I don't really post on Instagram too much, but that's there. Keep up with me. And if you want to donate to the channel, there will also be Amazon links, an Amazon wish list. I did do an Amazon Christmas shopping like guide list. And I did do, what else? I have a bunch of reviews on products, a lot of beauty products. I did in October. I have household products, anything really. I review on Amazon as well. And they're all honest, really good, thorough reviews. Even if it's a 5-second video, the text and stuff that I put in the videos is really descriptive as well. So, if you want to check those out, those are all the ways that you can support the page as well. And I'll definitely be grateful. You can comment, like, and subscribe. Any bit of engagement is great for this page right now to help me get monetized. I'm not monetized though at the moment. So if you don't want to like the video, you don't have to like it, but definitely comment. If you're a late bloomer or INFP and you got to this point, comment like the heart. Like when they do like the heart with their thumb and index finger. Comment that emoji if you made it this far. Other than that, yeah, I guess I'm just gonna be catching you on the next one. Peace.